Season's greetings, folks. We're back with another Christmas music reaction, and we're going to return to a double CD I've had for quite some time, but I've only gone through in part, which is to say Christmas Adagios. I did a couple reactions to this the last holiday season, but I actually have had this compilation for, I'd say, 6-7 years, something like that. In any case, we're going to listen to a performance of what is still so far my favorite Austrian holiday carol. Big shout out to Michaela as always. And that is, I believe it's pronounced Still, Still, Still. It's written, if you read it in English, as Still, Still, Still. But I have long loved the Vienna Boys Choir rendition of this carol, and I seem to remember that that's how it's pronounced. In any case, yes, as I said, it's my favorite Austrian carol so far, but there's still more from that Vienna Boys Choir CD, Little Drummer Boy, that I have not yet gone through. In any case, this performance here, and indeed on this Christmas Adagios double CD, there's a number of different choirs and orchestras and conductors involved. For this particular performance, it's Sir Neville Marriner conducting, and the Academy of St. Martin in the Fields Orchestra and Choir. So yes, I very much enjoy this carol. Let's give it a listen as performed by Sir Neville Marriner and the Academy of St. Martin in the Fields Choir and Orchestra. Lovely, and certainly a different feel and sound to the Vienna Boys Choir, mostly because while there may be some youthful members of the choir here, the soloist of that middle section and even the overall choir, especially in the latter part, sound like an adult, or at least a less youthful choir. It had a slightly different sound overall, and again, that soloist part in the middle, he had not only a more adult and deeper voice, but his delivery was almost like throwback, not like Middle Ages, but it felt very, very traditional, so I enjoyed that. And the arrangement, it had a bit more of an orchestral sound. Now, there are still strings and, symphonic instruments in the Vienna Boys Choir version, but this felt a bit more dense or full in that regard. And I think there were some pizzicato strings in there too. But yes, a very beautiful rendition of a carol I've enjoyed for a long time, but have only recently begun to understand a little more. Once again, thank you to Michaela. But yes, it's great to hear different versions of carols that you enjoy, because then you get a sense for what's possible with that Christmas song or carol. And I do very much enjoy this one, as does Luca, who now has this weird look. Yeah, yes, you're very weird. In any case, let me know what you think, and I'll see you for the next one. Peace.